This is Tibby's brig, tucked away in Ayrshire, and this is the camera I'm using to capture it. One that most landscape photographers dismiss. Hi, I'm Craig, and today I'm at Tibby's brig, a wee spot that doesn't get much attention but definitely should. So I shoot predominantly Micro Four Thirds, more specifically the Olympus OM-1 Mark III, which I know what you're going to say in the comments, why not full frame, you'll not get all the depth of field, you can hear it all coming now. But the most important thing is I got here in my bag, weighs literally nothing. You're lucky if it weighs about 2 kilo, which is an advantage of having a Micro Four Thirds camera. So let me get set up and I'll talk you through some of the reasons why I think Micro Four Thirds is great for landscape photography. There's the sun coming out. Now you might not think that being a small sensor that you might not be able to capture a high dynamic range, but you definitely can with this camera. So I'm just going with the leading line of the river towards the tree and the bridge at the same time. And I'll put that on for you just now. Another plus point for this camera is that I don't need a tripod. I'm sure it's got 7 stops of inbuilt image stabilisation. So now that I've looked about this bit, I'm going to go around the other side of the bank and I'll talk about my next plus point for Micro Four Thirds. These bubbles that are forming while the river goes by, so I think I'm going to go down and talk about my last, maybe not the last point, but another point for Micro Four Thirds. Bird flying by. Hopefully I can get in position and not fall on my bum or fall down the stones. Oh, that's better. The sun was out there for about 2 seconds, I think. Now it's away back in. So another plus point for Micro Four Thirds is I have what they say is neutral density filters. Not actual ones though, it's an in-camera feature that does it for you. Hopefully I'll be able to get the bubbles swirling around. Making some nice swirls. I think I need to move back a bit. The lens isn't quite wide enough. Hopefully I don't fall. Go into portrait mode, I think. Bubbles churning in. Managed to get my settings sorted out. So I'm currently at half a second to a second, should do it. And then with the in-body image stabilisation should help it as well. And then I'll put that on the screen for you. So I noticed there was a structure further up the hill, so I think I'm going to take a wee wander up and see what it's like. It is starting to rain, which should be alright for my weather sealed Micro Four Thirds. So I'll take a wee wander up and then I'll get you when I'm up there. up this hill quick because the rain's starting to come and I don't want to get soaked. It was already raining on the way down here. Probably shouldn't have picked jeans. Oh, the bit of sunshine. Nice. I'll just make my way up to this wee building thing and I'll show you it when I get there. These boulders are quite interesting. I like how they're sticking out of the ground. So I think you would need maybe some direct sunlight on them, lighting them up, but if you're standing behind it, if you're standing here, sorry, and the sun's behind you, you'll cast a shadow onto them, so I don't know how that would work. Structure, I don't really know what it is. There's a wee hill just further up, so I think I'll go up there and get a composition down on towards this because the sun's starting to come out. As you can see in the distance, there's a tree by itself, and I'm a sucker for a lone tree. There's also a little one that I've seen further down. I don't know if that looks nice and barren or not, but I'll certainly give it a go. Like I said, the sun was out, it's not now. But we'll get a wee shot of this because I quite like the grasses going across the scene. So my plan is to put the building on the bottom third and the sky on the top third. F5.6. Histogram right in the middle, 2-second timer. That's very nice. Quite a lot of grass in front of it, so I don't know how I'm going to compose it. We'll have a wee look through my camera and I'll show you what I was thinking. So again, just a nice simple handheld shot. Take the boost off with just the tree focused in the middle, although it might be better if it's off to the side slightly, like that. I need to go up my shutter speed up because it's very windy. I'll show you that in a wee sec. Spent the next 2 minutes looking about, changing my compositions, going from landscape orientation into portrait orientation, testing different shutter speeds and focal lengths. atmosphere's brightened up now. That's a really nice tree actually, I like that. I wonder, I bet that would look nice when it's in the snow. So I hope I've maybe convinced you to buy a Micro Four Thirds camera, as they're really light, really durable, hundreds of features packed into this that you just don't get on some full frame cameras. I've had full frame? I've had full frame Canon, I've had Fuji, and then I went to Micro Four Thirds, which is just so much better, so much lighter. And as I say, I don't even need a tripod, I only need a tripod because you're on the tripod. I think I'm just going to get packed up and take a wee wander back to the car. So just to go over some of the key points from this video, the camera is lightweight, it's weather sealed, it has loads of computational features, and I have one lens that does everything that I need it to do. I would maybe purchase a wide angle lens, but other than that I don't see the reason why I need to. There's other ways around doing wider shots. I've got a lot more airshare locations lined up in the future, so if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.